BLAPCHAT, chat, 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 BLAPCHAT, 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 chat, chat, chat.
Let's go.
We here.
I gave it my all.
Oh
We
yeah.
are here. BLAPCHAT.
Oh yeah, Jenny to the stage.
Jenny, welcome
How
Jenny
retarded.
to the stage, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you see this?
Yeah, I was like, why is her mic so...
Did you see this?
Hey.
Oh, that really happened?
Did you see this?
Oh, it happened.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was wondering why you sounded so
You know,
thin.
I was
Yeah.
like, some sounds
Oh,
yeah.
the Glam's mic was
Lauren.
flipped the other way.
That's okay.
Nice.
You can actually
It's good
gain
now.
it's good. It'll like, it'll come it'll register into the microphone a little bit differently.
It definitely will.
Yeah.
There was definitely an artistic direction
It was
there.
artistic. What's up, guys? This is episode 63 of BLAPCHAT, an all music production podcast. I go by the name of Illmind.
Yes.
I am a music producer and an all-around good person. I'm also an asshole, so you don't want to see that side of me because I do tend to be a dick. I'm just kidding. Welcome to BLAPCHAT, man. This is, again, all music production podcast. Thank you for joining us today. I'm here with my amazing co-hosts who aren't assholes.
No.
Atlas is actually an asshole.
I'm a really nice guy when people get to know me. You know what people
Yeah,
say?
so-
You know what's funny? People say in emails and on the phone,
Oh, you're a dick.
I sound very mean.
Here's the thing.
Is that true?
Atlas is an asshole on text and on the phone. This guy has no emotional, this guy's texts are like, I'll hit Atlas with a text, like an exciting text with like emojis and exclamation points.
I was the copy.
And then he'll no, not even. He'll reply with okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay is the worst fucking reply you can.
Or sure.
Sure is not as bad as okay, but sure sucks too.
But you know what happens? I think when people meet me and they feel my energy, then they're like, "Oh
They get to know
man,
you.
you're such a nice guy.
They know you.
You're a nice guy."
Yeah. We're here with Glam too. What up?
Right, what's poppin'? It's Glam. And yeah, check out my
What you got?
SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Just dropped something. Glam is here.
So the joint, this is dropping today because they're
Yeah.
gonna hear it. The joint,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So it'll be out right now. So
Nice.
take
Yeah,
a listen.
Glam is one of my favorite artists. She's an amazing rapper, singer, producer. Just do it all. What don't you do? I love your like, obviously I love your bars, but I love when you fuse like house, like 90s house with your shit. Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
good.
I like house a lot.
Yeah,
and
I can tell.
I like incorporating hip hop and house. So it's like my two like
Yep.
genres I like to. And like hip hop and trap is two different production sides, I guess you could
Yeah.
say too. So a little trappy, a little house, and a little hip hop. It's like
Just fusing everything.
amazing.
How about
Yeah.
dancing? You do a little dancing?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
My video right now, say yeah, I'm dancing. That's all I'm doing
Yeah.
in that video. So
check out the
that
video,
out, too.
man.
Yeah, say yeah is out right now.
I don't
too.
want to announce it before they announce, but you played a snippet of a remix
Oh, yeah,
that
she
sounds
did.
so
Yeah.
sick. So look out for that, guys.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
That's
dope.
all you need to know.
Yeah, Perfection.
For
What
now.
up?
What up? It's
You
me.
know, Perfection is obviously the star of our
Obviously.
podcast.
Yes, perfection. I saw the dinner thing
Yeah.
that you
Yeah,
did.
dude.
I looked fire.
So Perfection, you did you're part of you're hosting this really awesome event called was it Open Table?
It's called Our Table.
Our Table,
It's
Our
a
Table.
new dinner series.
It's
yeah.
a dinner series. You guys did one with Angela Yee a couple nights ago. I saw there's some really awesome cameos. I really wanted to pull up, but it was like too late for me.
We honored Angela Yee. It was like a post-Grammy dinner. We did one during the holidays, and we decided to bring it back and see, what the interest looks like. So we honored Angela. We had her hosted. We had a private chef that we work with, Damon Day. Shout out to him.
I saw the chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck.
Yeah. His food is amazing.
Uh-huh.
Amazing. And with Riggs from Atlantic, Nikisha
Yep.
from Def Jam, Scotty from Engine Room.
No ID?
Yeah, No ID pulled up on us. It was good. Good vibes.
Punch.
With Punch
Saw
too.
Punch,
Yeah,
yeah.
from
Punch
TDE.
was there.
Yep. So, it was good to have them in the building. It was a good vibe,
Awesome.
just very intimate Airbnb space. private chef. So, we're trying to do it like
Airbnb,
once
smart.
every quarter kind of
That's
thing.
awesome.
Just to,
Smart.
That's such a great event, man, because it's like, especially doing it in New York, because there's so many like movers and shakers out here,
Yeah.
and you never know who's in town. So like that's just like the perfect setting to like talk business,
Yeah,
and like
for sure.
really, really network. You know what I mean?
And it helps you build a better relationship with people, because like you don't directly want to just go directly into the business side of it,
Yeah.
but people feel comfortable talking about it because you're in the room, such an intimate room, and such a comfortable environment, like food and drinks and things like that, especially it being intimate, right? It's not like open to the public where anyone and everyone's there. It's like selected few. So we're planning on hopefully taking it to other cities.
I love
LA
that.
will be dope.
LA would be sick.
that would
And
be dope.
the fact that it's like a invite only, what happens is you end up having a room of like people that
need to be there.
and also like provide value and can definitely like chop it up with other people there and make something happen.
Yeah.
It's like kind of a combination of like being on the golf course where it's like, okay, if we talk business, cool, but like we're also having fun as well. It's like a community thing. I'm so like fascinated by the whole the idea of community, like getting people together. So like I obviously I did this past the Aux event. We were in Bridgeport, Connecticut on I think it was Tuesday, and so shout to all the producers that came through to the studio in Bridgeport. So it's kind of similar. It's like private, invite only. You kind of register your slot and you come through. So we had a little bit over 15 music producers who came through, a couple artists as well, and we sat down and they got to play their music, chopped it up, gave them some feedback, and these guys were connecting with each other. And I think that's really part of the real value with these private like pass the aux sessions that I've been doing in different cities. It's just an opportunity to connect with other people there, and also just to leave and be inspired. Like there's a lot of guys that left and they're like, yo man, like after tonight I'm like, before I was making 2 beats a day, now I'm about to make like 10 beats a day. So that's what we try to instill. So listen guys, if you're interested in coming to my Pass the Aux event, just go to my website illmindproducer.com. Like I said, I'm traveling city to city and inviting a small group of music creators to come through to a private studio location and hang out with me and meet some people and play some music and really get the vibe. So go to my website illmindproducer.com and check that out and register, man. Come through. I think the next one I'm doing is Richmond, Virginia in March, and then I'm going straight to Charlotte, North Carolina right after that. So we're doing a little south run there, so that's going to be tight. So can't wait to see you, hopefully to meet you guys. You know what I'm saying? Atlas, you have an event coming up. Again, we've been shouting it out on the show.
Yes,
True
sir.
Masters.
True Masters.
Tell them what it's about, man.
It's March 1st in New York City.
One
so
month.
Month away.
coming
Yeah, a
up.
month away.
It's going to be here in no
Literally.
time.
Yeah.
So if you're in New York City, if you're a producer, you're an MC, or you're a dancer, it's tournament style. It's going to be really exciting. The crowd picks the winner. It's going to be 8 producers, 8 MCs,
New York City, right?
and 8 dancers. Yeah, so it's March 1st. You can go to Atlas the Plug on my social media. The link's in my bio, or you can DM me if you have any questions about that. But it's going to be the first one. It's going to be really exciting. I've been getting crazy responses. So if you want to submit, or you just want to show up and just support and say what's up to me and all the producers and network, it's going to be awesome. So check it out, March 1st.
Yeah. And listen, if you're listening right now and you're a dancer, you
Yeah.
should absolutely register for this event, man. This is a great opportunity to get up there on that stage and do some pop
And there's no
locking
fee to enter. There's no fee. It's free
yeah, so you
to
heard?
enter. So
No brainer.
it's like, if you want exposure, I'm going to have the camera crew there. I'm going to have special guests in the house, that you guys know. So you definitely, it's going to be a good place to be. So the cover is like $10 at the door. So come on.
There it is. So check out
You
that
spend
True
that on
Masters
one drink
show.
when you go out. So stop being
Exactly.
cheap.
Come to True Masters and witness some beat battling and some rapping and some dancing all wrapped into one. It's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Oh man, we're in February. Today is February 2nd.
Yeah.
Well, you're listening
First.
to this now, and it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
second. Friday. So we're a month in.
Yeah, what'd you guys think about the Grammys?
Grammys. Let's talk about it.
Grammys.
I
Let's
didn't
talk
watch
about
it.
it. Okay.
You didn't
so
watch
Glenn
the
didn't watch
Grammys?
it.
No, not because I don't know.
I watched it
forgot?
on Twitter.
You watched it on
Yeah,
Twitter? Oh,
that's
so you didn't
honestly,
actually
I'm not
physically
gonna
watch it.
lie. That is exactly what it is.
Facts.
When
Yo,
when there's
facts.
something like an event as crazy as the Grammys, it's almost like the crowd is gonna highlight all the things that you needed to know.
True.
And I knew everything I wanted to know from the
Yeah.
Grammys without watching it. And then whatever clips I did want to see, those
Yeah.
were highlighted.
Yeah.
So it was like, I'd rather do that, honestly, because I heard at the actual Grammys when people go, it's like kind of has its dead moments
It's a
where
drag.
it's like
For sure, yeah.
really boring.
It's a drag.
So it's like it's really not, it's an Academy Award show
Yeah.
type shit. So it's
Yeah.
a lot, So I think that's
Yeah.
that's exactly what I did. Instagram and Twitter, between those two, I was like, I knew
The Grammys
everything.
is a drag.
Yeah.
The
Could
Grammy,
be.
it's great to experience, like if you've never been, but
The actual show.
Like
I
to
feel like
sit
for-
through
I
it.
feel- right?
I feel like for industry folks, you know
Yeah.
how that goes. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like it's cool to see everybody and stuff like that, but like the actual ceremony itself is like really
Yeah.
People be
long.
getting up talking to each other.
Yeah,
and
I
shit.
think the
Yeah.
exciting thing about the Grammys is two things. Walking the red carpet, if you do walk it, and then, it's about the outfits and stuff. Obviously, if you're like nominated for like a televised nomination, that's exciting. And then the after parties.
I will say
You know
the
what I
after
mean?
party,
Like
the brunches.
Yeah, the brunches.
I'm here for the pre-Grammy brunches.
Yeah, and
though.
you know what? I'm like,
Networking.
I personally like really love the Grammys. Only because it's like that thing that you like work so hard to
Yep.
like get honored for. It's like when you're a kid and like if you're on like the baseball team and like you want to be part of that winning team so you get that trophy. It's
Right,
like
right.
it's like the trophy that you want to
No, no.
earn if you create music. But I agree with you guys. I think the excitement is like that Grammy week, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like when it's popping with the
Yeah.
brunches
Hell yeah.
and the
Yep.
get-togethers and all that shit.
The networking, oh my God. Everyone's in
Everyone's
town. I mean, you got to move around like
There's people
crazy.
who come in town and don't go to the Grammys for
Yeah.
Grammys.
Yeah.
Right,
you
that's
know?
true too. Yeah, they go
yeah,
for networking.
on
And-
Friday. Oh God,
No, just real quick. As far as the Grammys go, and you don't people like just for the producers and the artists listening, like you don't have to be signed to be on the Grammys.
yeah, exactly.
But like
Anyone
listen,
could submit.
Anybody can be. In fact, not to say who our guest is right now. We can wait a little bit till they get here, but they won a Grammy without being signed.
Yeah,
So think about that, kids. If you're
Yeah.
out there, you can do this shit. You just,
Yeah, of course.
just got to stay focused and put out good shit. You
Of
know what I
course.
mean? Anyway, so what are you gonna say, Il?
yeah.
Friday?
I was gonna say. So speaking of winning Grammys and being unsigned, these guys are signed technically, I think. But on Friday, I went to this event that Miss Info hosted, and it was at the MasterCard. I don't know what they call MasterCard warehouse, and I think they partnered up with Fader and the Grammy committee, and so basically they do like this series of panels throughout the day. So I went to the Stereotypes one. And the Stereotypes won, I think they won. Did they? No. Greg won Producer of the Year non-classical, but the Stereotypes walked away with like 5 or 6 Grammys from all the Bruno stuff. So they produced all the Bruno Mars shit that won. And so they did a little Q&A with Miss Info, and I thought it was dope, man. Like, so if for those who don't know like who the Stereotypes are, they're like this 4-member production crew, and like it's kind of like when you see them, it's like what do they call that, the United Nations. It's like fucking every race.
One white dude with
Yes,
a
there's a
big
white
beard.
guy, there's a black guy, there's a Filipino guy.
Oh.
So it's great. And so these guys are mega talented, and Miss Info did a little Q&A, and the thing that fascinated me about them is like how humble they are. They're just so humble. I mean, they knew Bruno Mars for a long time, and they produced on like Bruno's first album, and then they kind of like never worked with him like after that, like all the in-between shit they didn't do. And then so they just had linked up with Bruno recently for the new album he dropped, and about a year prior to that, they were like contemplating on quitting. They were like, man, like it's not really working out. Maybe we should, go get some day jobs, like, you know what I mean? Because especially being a crew, anytime you get paid, you're splitting that by 4 ways, So if you get a check for 100 grand,
Right.
you know, you're getting 25.
And then there's taxes,
And then there's
manager
taxes,
fee,
all
lawyer
that.
fees.
Right. So
25 is down to like 8.
right. So
You'd be
they
like,
were
"Damn."
they were on the cusp of like quitting, and then they just like ran just all of a sudden linked up with Bruno, and then ended up producing like most of his album, and now they're 5-time Grammy winners. They have like 2 records on the Hot 100, probably more than that. And they also have a #1 record in Korea, a K-pop group, currently that's like just hit #1. So these guys are fucking killing the game right now. They're like the it guys right now, and I know that they're about to have a huge year moving forward, and their life has changed. So
it's crazy if you look at the Instagram, they only have less than 10,000 followers.
Yeah, they're not
It
like
be
super
like
known.
that.
Yeah.
It'd be like that.
It'd be
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
true.
It really do, because like also like sometimes, especially with the number game on social media, which is like I'm kind of always learning about. I feel like it's a thing. Obviously, we judge people on those numbers like automatically.
Right.
But sometimes we also have to look at now who is following this person. So that also changes the conversation. Like, oh, that person might have. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because I can't hear me. Records out. But there's people who look at it like, let me, because I can't hear myself.
Oh, maybe try the cable, the
Is it a
headphone
bad?
cable.
Oh, you know what?
There it
It's
is.
this.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so the power of numbers and all of that. It's also now Instagram has that feature to see who follows this person.
Right.
So even though this person might have 300 followers, Swiss Beats might be following them. You know, Timbaland might be following them, like reputable people. So then that also like plays into it as well. So 9,000. I mean, like it only matters sometimes.
Exactly.
Numbers
Speaking
only matter
of that,
sometimes.
I'm glad you brought that up. So when I linked up with my man Craniac, who actually not Craniac, I'm sorry.
Craniac.
I think from
That's a name.
Gary V's team.
Andy.
Andy. So when I linked with Andy, he like just fucked my head up. So he basically pulled all of the verified and largest Instagram accounts that follow me, and he created like this Excel document of like the #1, like, you know, most followers, most popular Instagram user that's actually following me, and then he like basically gave me like my top 100, and there's all these like celebrities and like influencers that fucking follow me. And so he's like, yo, a good thing that you might want to try to do is like see who those people are and like follow them back and DM them and like get busy. So like I feel like there's people out there, like if you're on Instagram, there might be a chance that you, like someone of importance is following you for whatever reason. And so, you know, that's a good way to like start, you know, really using Instagram to your advantage, is see who follows you. You might, you know, find someone that you can fuck with and be like, yo, follow him back, DM him like, yo, I didn't know you were following me this whole time, blah, blah, blah. You
That's a great formula, because a lot of those people won't even like your picture.
No, of course not.
No, dead ass. Like
people don't be liking
no, like
pictures.
they'll support you.
Yeah.
They're like silent supporters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they fuck
No,
with you.
Tyrese never likes my pictures.
That's what I'm saying. You're right, and he loves you, right? So like,
I mean, Tyrese also follows like 4,000 people
Yeah,
too.
that's what I'm saying. Listen, guys, if you're listening, Tyrese might be following you right now.
He just might. He just
and
might.
he's looking for beats, so hit him up.
shoot him in DM, man. Shoot him in DM. You never know, man.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you know, you got to get your Instagram hustle on.
Yeah.
So it's good. Man, we have a really special guest today.
Absolutely.
I want to intro them. These guys are, you know, I don't even want to say they're on the come up, because they've been grinding for a long time. They got some really amazing shit in the works. Some big records. Obviously, the big record that you definitely know about that they produced, that most people associate them with right now. Atlas, what is that?
No problem.
Why don't you sing it? Oh, I wanted you to sing
You
it.
know what? No problem with me.
Big
Something
tune.
like close.
Yeah. So, you know, So they, you know, they work with Chance and a lot of other people. I don't want to do them the disservice of running through their discog. They can tell you themselves. We're here with the amazing Brasstracks. Let's give another round of applause to these gentlemen.
Brasstracks in the building.
Get a hard.
Yeah. Brasstracks is here. What's up, guys?
What's up, fellas?
Thanks for having us.
Of course. So why don't you guys just introduce yourself, like your individual names and all that stuff?
I'm Connor. I'm the drummer.
Okay.
And I'm Ivan. I primarily play trumpet.
Cool. So Ivan trumpet and drums.
Nice.
And who's programming the beats? Is it both of you guys?
Both of us.
Amazing,
It
amazing.
comes from like playing live instruments, so
Exactly.
yeah, it's kind of got to be both of us.
Exactly. So welcome to the show, man. Thank you guys for taking the time. I had no idea that you guys lived in New York. This is awesome.
Man,
Yeah, so we
York gang.
shouldn't have waited so long. Like we
Right.
should have
Same.
fucking got you guys here a long time ago, but we're definitely glad to have you guys here. So let's start off by just kind of, getting, the listeners. A lot of our listeners are like music creators, just like all of us. We all like make beats and shit too. So, let's start off by just like kind of how you guys got started. Like, what inspired you guys early on to create music? You guys can do that answer individually, and then like at what point did you guys kind of come together and form this group?
yeah. You want to start?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing drums since I was a kid.
Okay.
I just kind of came out of the womb with the sticks in my hand.
Yep.
Basically, that's what my parents told me.
Yeah,
Just
that's
banging-
real.
Banging on pots and pans.
Yep.
And then I just followed it through until college, and I was always inspired by. Actually, as a drummer, I was always inspired by people who made beats from the computer because it was so precise, and it was also like something really fresh. Like people could get ideas out that weren't necessarily easy on a drum kit. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So it was a different perspective. I don't know. I got really into Aphex Twin and people like that.
Amazing.
Early on.
So you were banging on those drums like as a kid, like in the house and all that stuff.
Yeah. My parents kind of put me in the basement and closed the door and put
Yeah, because
earplugs on.
most parents are like, shut that fucking
Right,
drum
right,
down,
right.
like
Yeah.
try to go to sleep.
He's in the basement. It's too quiet down there, boy.
Too quiet. Pick up them sticks, boy.
Not here.
No, yeah, they were.
Real life whiplash.
Yeah.
Yeah. My parents were so supportive. It's amazing. I'm so grateful for them.
It's amazing.
Yeah, they I think my dad, he wanted to be a drummer, so when he saw that I was getting into it, he was like, "Oh yeah, maybe he can do it." So he was very supportive my whole life.
Amazing. And they must be so proud of you though. Like just coming this far, like knowing that they, kind of nurtured your passion for drumming and music early, and then now, Grammy winning, you're in the scene. It's crazy.
They definitely cried. Did they cry?
Yeah, I mean,
did. I'm
they
sure
were,
you guys probably cried too altogether.
Yeah,
My mom was there. She cried.
I'd cry.
Yeah.
I'd cry
Yeah.
for sure. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Big moment.
Yeah, they were at a show of mine last night, and they were front row. Just like
That's awesome.
So
such a
cool.
good feeling.
Yeah.
They're into it. They're like music fans. They got me into music.
Do they
So cool.
do you play them your music like early and say, hey, like give them a sneak peek?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
Do they keep it 100 with you? Like, yo, you got, this is amazing,
trash,
or
but that's
this
really
is-
good.
Yeah, they're
Just imagining your dad calling everything we do trash.
yeah. You should stop.
You know that song? You know that Chance the Rapper
I'm
song?
gonna
That's-
have to talk to your mom about
Yeah.
this.
I like that.
Who was
You know
more
what? Don't
into,
come home this weekend.
Who was
That's
more
not
into
it.
music?
Sorry.
Which parent was like more into the music?
Both, actually equally, in the different types. My mom is a jazz lover,
Okay.
and my dad is like a punk rock. Like 80. What was the genre that like the dance genre in the
Say
80s?
glam metal.
Not glam metal, like
80s dance,
Like,
Freestyle?
like
like
Joy
Ace
Division type
of
stuff.
Base type shit, like that kind of pop dance, or
Sort
not?
of, yeah. So like punky stuff.
Okay.
And like the Clash and shit
Right.
like that. So like growing up, it was like those two things on in
Right.
the house, like really like
Did they listen to Bad Brains?
yeah, exactly. My
Yeah.
dad was like
Brain.
There it
like a thrash punk, like
Yeah.
like shaved his head and like army boots.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's a good kind of like mix. You
Oh
know?
yeah.
So you got like the punk kind of vibe, like, and then like the jazzy, cool, laid back.
Yeah.
You could definitely make. When you like combine those two,
Exactly.
you can make
Fusion.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of
unique.
everything.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So what about you, man? Like how did this all start for you?
Shucks. We're both super lucky to have supportive parents.
Yeah.
My parents like physically made me play an instrument. Like I could always stop playing that instrument,
Right.
but I'd have to start playing a new instrument. It was
Right.
their rule.
Wow.
How
So I
old
s-
did you start? Were you when you started?
I started when I was like 6.
Okay.
I
Wow.
think Connor started when he was 3.
Wow.
But I started on piano. I didn't like piano. I played piano for like 2 years, 3 years, and I came back to it later in life, and I changed over to guitar. My dad's a guitar player, so that was pretty easy. So I had like guitars all over my walls and stuff. And my dad's a jazz guitar player, so that was pretty helpful.
Oh, see, that's
Played with
that's the
Matt Coleman
best.
for a really long time. That was kind of his thing. But I didn't want to be my dad.
Yeah, exactly.
So I had to figure out something for myself. And when I was in 4th grade, while I was playing guitar, we had to. They don't do this in New York City public schools anymore, which is trash. But
Right.
you had to choose one of 3 instruments. A lot
Yep.
of other schools had like one of 5, one of
Yeah.
Right.
one of 7 instruments, but for us it was one of 3 instruments. It was trumpet, violin, or clarinet. I did not want to be caught dead playing violin or clarinet. Now I love those instruments.
yeah.
But at the time,
Yeah.
I was like,
See,
that's
we
not
had the
it.
same. I had the same rule, and I went to school in New Jersey, and you had to play an instrument. But the 3 choices were flute, clarinet, and trumpet. And like flute was like everyone's last choice. I got stuck with the flute, so I know how to play
Flute
flute.
is fire.
Yeah, it is.
See, I had that in high school, but they kind
Yeah?
of like assigned us
They did.
instruments.
Oh,
like,
you couldn't pick.
No, like you had an assigned seat, and
That's
each
messed
row had a different instrument. So
Oh.
like the front row had like the flute and things. I had the trumpet.
They did
Yeah.
a similar thing with us, but it was all based off of our band teacher was kind of smart, and I still remember his name. His name is Mr. Rigovin. And I don't know, man. I don't know where Mr. Rigovin is at, but it would be fire if he watches this.
Yeah. What's his name, Mr.
If
McGovern?
you out there-
McGovern, where you at?
Listen,
Shouts-
Mr. McGovern.
shouts
One of
from
your
where?
one of your students is a Grammy
I don't know
winner.
where he's from.
But
What
It was
school?
in Brooklyn.
No, it was in Manhattan.
Oh, okay.
At PS9.
Okay.
So if you know him from PS9,
PS9.
Mr. McGovern.
Man, I hope they kept him.
We're gonna find him. We're gonna find him.
Yeah. He was-
Well,
he
watch
was
him hit
there.
our comments like, I listen to you guys all the time. Oh my God.
I want 3% publishing.
That would be super fire. That would be trash.
Yeah, that would be trash. Yeah.
Yeah, so they base it all off of, for horn players, they base it off of your embouchure. Trumpet is a weird instrument. It requires really strange muscle functions, and it was just kind of suited for me. And that's how they chose which kids played the trumpet. So I played trumpet, and that one stuck with me because my grandpa played trumpet for a long time. So I kept on playing trumpet until I carried it through the same way as Connor until college, and then we met together at Manhattan School of Music.
Nice.
Yeah,
In
we
college.
came
Right.
together.
Wow. So when you guys met, what was that like? I mean, you guys are both musicians, you play multiple instruments. At that point, were you guys already, like producing music and like composing music at that point, or did you kind of do that together?
We were composing music, not producing.
Not producing
music
yet.
when we met. I don't know about you. I mean, like we understood that electronic music was and like hip hop was made electronically and like just I call it all electronic based music that's coming from a
Yeah.
laptop.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
one way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But we didn't. We understood that it existed. We had no fucking clue how it existed.
Yeah.
We were, I think, much more concerned with our instruments. Jazz school is kind of like you get put in this little bubble.
Yep.
It's like Hogwarts. It's like like you're just focused on your instrument, whatever your major is. I was focused on trumpet. He was focused on drums. Eventually, that got old.
Yeah.
And we wanted to explore beyond that, and that's where producing came in. Like, there's a whole thing about how we came into that. But,
Yeah. So let's talk about it.
Let's hear it. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, let's do it.
What DAW did you guys start on? What was that like? What'd you
I
guys
started
do?
on Logic for like 6 weeks, and I was like, nah, this is trash.
Got it.
And I stopped immediately.
Got
no
it.
offense to any Logic users out there.
Logic over here.
You know,
I'm not the biggest fan
the
of Logic.
sampler
either,
in Logic is called the EXS24 or whatever,
Yeah.
and like the way that I reconciled it in my head was just like I need user-friendly capabilities, and the sampler in Ableton is called sampler. So everything's just like, I don't know what the compressor in Logic is called, but the compressor in Ableton is called compressor. So like so on and so forth, and that kind of was like what, because I don't know shit about like the inner workings about like the algorithms of how sound goes through a DAW.
There's definitely algorithms for sure. Like each DAW kind of adds like a color to the sound, and like you could absolutely hear it.
I don't understand that whatsoever.
It's like a whole other world.
Totally
but you know, with the DAWs, it's like, you know, I think all DAWs are great on their own. It really just depends on like how your brain is wired for them. Like some people love like clicking, step sequencing, and then other people like finger drumming, you know. So Connor, what about you? Like, what was your DAW?
I also started on Logic. And I don't know about Ivan, but my beats sounded like they were underwater all the time. Like,
why?
Like,
what do you mean? Like,
just like I didn't know how to, you know, I was coming at it from like a musician. I didn't know how sound worked. It sounded like everything was kind of being like a pillow was on top of it.
So bad. You go to school for music and have no idea how to make music in like when we started producing, it was like what, 2013, something like that. So like we came out of music school not having any idea how to make music in the current climate.
Right. That's so crazy. That's such an interesting thought, because like, you know, I do believe that you do need to know like the fundamentals. Like all the stuff you guys learned in school is like definitely mega important, but like you're right, man. With technology nowadays, it's like fuck, there's some other shit going on, man.
$50,000 a year.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's like that's not. It's like the best, and it's more now. It's like $60,000 a year. It's like they're charging like straight Ivy League prices out here, man. Like, sheesh.
So when you guys got together, were you still like in the mom's basement?
No, we were in the. I was in the college dorms at that point.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You were out of it. Out of the dorms.
I got kicked out of the dorms.
You got kicked out.
Yeah.
He's the bad boy in the group. This guy.
No, I just got kicked out of the dorms. They're mad strict. Music school was crazy.
Yeah.
Were you
crazy place?
Were you streaking on the dorm with the trumpet like?
Actually, that's one of the more normal things that happens. In music school. That's fine.
Right.
You get away with that.
Yeah.
It seems like you would be able to.
You guys probably don't remember this. I mean, maybe you do, but I went to Electric Zoo with you guys last year.
I do remember this.
With Father Dude.
Yeah, okay, now I remember.
With Father Dude, and that's actually where I first met you guys.
I was trying to remember exactly where it was, but it was Electric Zoo, and we sat in on a couple of his songs. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a great time, man. You guys killed it.
They billed him too early.
It was a little early, but you know.
Early, but there were people there. It was totally cool.
There was definitely.
I always tell Father Dude like he's just one hit song away from like being a superstar.
Is so talented.
He has it.
I mean, you guys probably have it.
He has it.
He has it.
I promise.
I believe it.
But I'm really proud of him, because he's been at this for a long time, and I think now finally he's like got a really good team. And then, you know, I think after linking with you guys, he's like really been able to find his voice.
Yeah.
You know?
He deserves the world. He's such a great guy.
Yeah.
He really is.
He is.
So talented. Make sure you guys follow him, Father Dude, one word, Father Dude on Twitter and Instagram.
Is it just Father Dude?
Father Dude. No, it's just Father Dude now. Yeah.
He changed it.
Shouts to you for just having the Father Dude handle. That must have been tough.
Yeah.
Tough for us to get Brasstracks. That was
really.
What do you guys have? What is it? It's
at Brasstracks.
At Brasstracks.
Right. Before it was at *_tracks.
How did you get it?
Underscore.
Oh man.
There was a guy.
There's always a guy, right?
There's always a guy.
Like Ted or something.
You said Ted.
No, his last name was like Brassington or something.
Michael Brassington.
Yeah. Okay.
No fucking way.
And he had one tweet. It was at Brasstracks, and the one tweet was Brass has entered the building. And I was like, no.
So we
fuck off
so long to get the handle. I sent fake, like, you remember when I sent fake complaints, like saying that he was like, you know, I was just like
abusive
or something,
marking
like that.
him as spam.
Abuse.
We tried everything we could, and then one day he just changed it. to
Wow.
Yeah.
it's like something else having to do with brass.
Michael Brassington.
Did you ever at him? Did you ever like ask him like?
Yeah.
A million times. This
Michael.
man-
Call him by
Mike.
his government name on Twitter.
Brass. Come on,
Michael
Brass.
That is
Brassington.
hilarious.
Listen to me, boy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He was very clearly a dude, like a middle-aged dude who had no idea
What
how to use
Twitter was.
Twitter. His daughter was probably like, "Dad, get
He
a
probably
Twitter."
forgot he had an account. He probably forgot.
And then he was seeing those because you guys were like fake doing the harassment things or whatever you're doing. So he was like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "I'm getting in trouble now. I gotta have to change my Twitter."
He's
or
also
whatever.
probably getting ats from your fans back then too, right? Like people that knew about
He
you guys.
started getting follows at a certain point.
Yeah.
You're like, dude.
Yeah.
This is, yeah. If like people would just start.
They were like, "I
following
love your
That's
record."
Yeah,
He's like, "What's going on?"
Leave me alone.
He's like,
That's
"These
funny.
people are weird. I'm changing my ad.
Yeah.
This is crazy."
Yeah.
That might have been it. That
Yeah.
might have been it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
probably
like
was.
why are we getting so many random people writing?
Yeah,
writing.
exactly. So let's talk about this this link with Chance. Obviously, you guys were able to link with him, and I really do think that all of you guys changed each other's lives. I mean, I can really compare it to when my man Menace linked up with Designer, and they really changed each other's lives. And that was just like Designer's team going on YouTube typing. I think they typed in Designer type beat or Travis Scott type beat.
Yep.
And then that beat came up, and then he hit Menace up like, "Yo, I want to buy this from you for like $500." And
It was even
became
less than that. I
Panda
think it was like 250
or 250 or something. And like that moment right there, like, if that never happened, then Designer probably wouldn't be popular right now. That wouldn't have been on Pablo, and that song would have never existed. So how did it happen with you guys and Chance? What was that moment when you guys linked?
Well, SoundCloud's really cool in a lot of ways, and it's the community is not as like kind of like bursting at the seams as it once was, perhaps. But really cool in a lot of ways. One of those being the comment section. And that you can go through your songs and check out what people are saying. And a common thread was that Chance, like we were making music that people said that Chance the Rapper should be on. And also we were not, we didn't really know that we were producers until we were told we were producers.
Interesting.
We were making music, instrumental music that we liked. Like the whole concept at the beginning was like to replace program drums and vocals with live drums and trumpets.
Right.
And that was like our whole concept
Got
in
it.
our head. But somehow that led to people being like, you should get certain kinds of raps, different rappers on your beats. And Chance the Rapper was constant. Like that was the name that we kept on hearing over and over again. And one day out of I don't know why I tweeted it, but I just tweeted from our account. We weren't like verified or anything, so there was like no reason that he would just see it.
Right.
Verified users get like notifications. Some verified users get notifications from other verified users. Whatever.
Yeah.
But we were nobody, and I just tweeted, "Man, we can't release a single song without someone saying that Chance the Rapper should be on it." And I put in,
Chance the Rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I put in like parentheses, like I'm not mad though, to make sure that like he didn't think that I was like, frustrated. Like it's not a bad thing, dude, but like it's just we can't put out a single fucking song without someone saying this. And within minutes, he followed us and retweeted it and like sent us a DM and was like, "Yo, come to LA." And we were like, "Cool."
Be there tomorrow morning.
It was
That's
like
it.
all within like
Literally.
2 days. It was all it was all wrapped within 2 days. Originally, I think it was supposed to be in New York. That fell through within a couple of days, and then they were like, "Come through to LA." We were like,
Got it.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you literally just like, boom,
Drop of the hat.
drop of the hat, booked the ticket,
Stopped
boom.
everything we were doing. We were like, any sessions we had that week were canceled.
Right.
So within 48 hours, you were with Chance the Rapper in the studio.
No, it was like a couple. Like we scheduled everything.
Oh, okay,
It was like,
gotcha.
He hit us up and was like, "Come to LA this week." It was like he had a week planned out that he was in the studio with different people. Like
That's amazing.
we walked in and who was the producer? That Blood Pop.
Blood Pop was there?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Blood Pop.
Super talented producer.
Yeah.
We were just you walk in, they're
Yeah.
playing like some Fire, and we're just like, sheesh. Okay.
Yeah.
We're off to a good start.
Yeah.
Yep.
halfway.
Yeah. So walk us through that track. So was that an idea you had? Did you do it on the spot?
It
How
was
long?
originally for a New York City rapper named Sinatra.
Okay.
Shout out Sinatra.
Shout to Sinatra. Yep.
Sorry, Sinatra. Also.
Mm-hmm.
But it just kind of had. We must have played through like 40 beats or something.
Right.
And like in the middle of the session, like Flying Lotus walks in, is like halts our sessions, like plays him 5 beats and leaves, and we're like just like terrified.
Yeah.
Flying Lotus is like
Shout to
the
Fly Low.
reason that we wanted to be like producers. I think in a lot of ways, like he bridges a gap between electronic and jazz and hip hop in a way that was
100%.
really
Yes.
easy for us to digest.
100%.
I love him.
Cosmic Grandma is like
More favorite.
Oh,
One
yeah.
of my
entrance
favorites.
of into electronic music.
Really?
I've liked everything that he's put out in his. I
Yeah.
digest.
Yeah.
Flying Lotus is
Nice.
amazing.
Even his
Yes.
early shit, like when he was like
Hey, Reset.
the early
he has
Dilla
something
stuff
called
was
Reset.
crazy.
That's like a really good EP too.
Yeah, he's great.
It's
All of
awesome.
it is
Yeah.
so good.
There's also that early like raw cartoons. Have you
Mhm.
seen that on YouTube?
Mhm.
I just started checking that out.
Yeah.
That's
He's
crazy.
awesome.
Crazy.
Shout out Flylo. Let's make a banger.
Come on,
Yeah.
Fly Low. I
Same.
know
You
you're
don't
listening.
remember us, but you had a session in the middle of our
No, he
session.
knows. No, Fly Low is definitely the kind of guy I feel like that like is in tune. Like he listens, he sees everything.
He
so.
was super cool, man. He was
Yep.
like super chill. He came in with a poncho.
Nice.
Fuck yeah. What's cooler than a poncho?
Yeah, exactly.
Not much.
Yeah. So so you guys made that track and then so you played it for Chance and what happened?
He kicked the engineer off of the Pro Tools rig,
Yeah.
started tracking himself and going back and forth
Wow.
between the booth.
There it is.
And we were just kind of sitting there like, okay, sweet. He pretty much freestyled most of it.
Wow.
His first take was, I don't know if he recut it.
Yeah. He kept it.
I think he might have kept that first take.
Wow.
At least at least bits and pieces. Definitely the hook. He might hear this and call me out on it and say, absolutely not, I recut it. But it sound, like it was, if he did, it's like so close to
Yeah.
the original. Like what he first did, like on his first try, he nailed it.
Right.
And he flew some stuff around in Pro Tools. He knows more about Pro Tools than we do.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's great. I didn't know that about him. That he's well versed in controlling the board.
I didn't know that either.
Man, listen,
From
if,
what I
like
could see.
if I was an artist,
I don't know shit about Pro Tools, so I might
Yeah.
be talking out of my ass. Here,
Right.
But
Well-
like he knows more than me.
right?
Definitely.
I mean, if I was an artist, I would. That's what I would try to learn that shit.
Yeah.
Because then you know
Yeah.
you don't have to really rely on
Yeah.
anyone.
Cut out
Yeah.
the middleman like immediately. So that's like actually my tackle right now.
I mean,
It's
not
like
to talk,
Yeah.
not
mix
to
and
talk about
master.
him too much, but that's how Father Duden likes to work.
Yeah.
He loves being by himself at SA.
Yeah.
He just freaking brings the mic out and just pits
He
the thing.
doesn't
And
record at like my crib or his crib anymore. He just like,
Yeah.
all right, thanks for the beat. I'll send you stamps.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, okay.
yeah.
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 We've been telling each other that we're gonna learn Pro Tools literally for like 4 years straight. And we just
Yeah.
Yeah.
get too busy and don't do it. But like every time I'm in a studio and there's an engineer there and I'm trying to communicate something to the engineer and I'm like, shit, man, if I was in Ableton, I could just do this. But I have no clue right now, and I wish I could just communicate a little bit better.
Right.
Every time that happens to me, I'm
Yeah.
thinking myself.
You know, it's a practice. Like I like comparing making music to like when they call yoga like a practice. Like you practice yoga because you never really master it. Because there's so much more to learn. So like we're always just consistently trying to learn techniques and
love
just
that.
different things. You know what I mean? So it's like a practice to me, I guess. But yeah. So after you guys did this track with Chance and it comes out and it's like this big thing, obviously life is probably different at that point for you guys. What was life after that? Did the phone calls start coming in like, yo, we need a track like like the one you did for Chance, or like what was it
We
like?
definitely got a lot of those.
Yeah.
Those we need the no problem type.
Yeah.
Oh.
That definitely happened once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't
Any
know.
crazy inquiries like fucking Adele hitting you up like, hey guys, I need no
Nothing
problems.
absolutely insane. But it was really good for us from actually more so I think from an artist perspective and a producer perspective, because we're like kind of 50-50. Like we do our own tours. Like
Yep.
we have our first headline tour coming up in March. We've done like 7 tours before this, and we've always marketed ourselves as a band.
Right.
So it really helped us as being a band, being like the band that produced, not like the producers that produced, but the band that produced
Right.
Problem.
Right.
I think that really helped us in like terms of selling tickets and like getting people to listen to our music and expanding our listener base for our own music that we make,
Yep.
and placing ourselves in. When we came into doing music like in the SoundCloud scene and stuff, like the Chance the Rapper thing was a really good way to get out of the SoundCloud scene and be like, yeah, we're legitimate artists.
Right.
We did this song that is like very much out there contending with all the other legitimate songs coming from major labels and major players.
Yep.
Gave us a little bit of legitimacy.
Right.
And that followed a couple things that we did with like Anderson and with Gold Link. And
Yep.
like but those things were a little bit smaller. And that third thing was the thing to put us in like more like hip hop listener households and
Right.
R&B listener households, and which is really more of a scene that we would prefer to live in.
Right.
Our tastes have changed over the past 4 years, and when we
Right.
started, we were much more into electronic sounding things. And you can go back to our most early work in our discography and hear things that sound like way more electronic inspired, like
Right.
Hudson Mohawk inspired, and smaller, I don't want to say smaller, but just lesser known producers like B. Lewis. Shout out B. Lewis, man. Huge shout out B. Lewis.
Yeah.
And yeah, just like SoundCloud cats, man.
Wow. Man, SoundCloud is riddled. It's riddled with talent, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
That's how I found. Man, I found so many people on SoundCloud.
So much music.
Fucking Carmack and Esta. You know what I'm saying?
We
Like
can talk about them for hours. Both of them.
my man,
individually.
Medicine.
Yeah.
Medicine is
Medicine, yeah.
We
insane.
can talk about. Did you hear the joint?
No,
that
not
just
yet.
dropped, Irene.
Not yet. Not yet.
Shout out Medicine. Oh my god.
Yeah. Shout to Medicine, man.
30-minute mix of like unreleased crazy
Yeah.
shit.
We had him
One
on the
track.
show. We had him on the show last year. What was
Yeah.
his early DJ name?
It's gonna be good.
No, it was
gotta be good.
DJ Ballsack.
I knew it. I knew it would be
yeah.
something completely.
I remember that.
was the
I
best.
remember dying
He was like,
at that
he was
shit.
like, matter of fact, he was like, I was like, yo, what was like your early
First DJ
shit?
name.
First DJ name. He was like, you know what? I'm a little embarrassed, but it was actually DJ Ballsack. We just started
That's
laughing.
mad funny. There's actually
Shout
there's
to
someone that
Medicine.
follows us on Twitter, and the only reason, one time I tweeted back at him, but do you know this guy? There's a guy that follows us on Twitter, and it's smart but also really stupid, and his name is DJ Micropenis.
Oh no!
And his whole I think that I tweeted at him like,
Fuck.
dude, what's with the name? Or something along the lines of like,
Yeah.
Like,
what's
what's
that
up?
name? Like,
Yeah.
like, well, dude, what?
No.
And I think that he tweeted back like, it's so people respond to me.
Yeah.
And like people actually respond. So like, certainly a double-edged sword.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Like,
You're not gonna see like Coachella micro penis all the way on the top. Like,
Yeah.
That just won't.
but, like,
Imagine.
I just shouted out DJ Micro.
Yeah, and now we're talking about him.
Now we're
At
talking
least,
about him.
at
followers.
least 10
Bruh,
people are gonna look into this.
Yeah, for all
That
of
are
our
listening.
listeners, they're gonna search.
Yeah,
Search
they're
DJ
I hope
Micro
he's
Penis.
changed his name and like in his bio it's like FKA DJ
Yeah.
Micro Penis
Yeah.
or something like that.
No.
So people can still find
Formerly micro penis, now mega penis. There you go.
So weird.
Oh.
You mentioned that you mentioned that you work with Gold Link. How was that?
Yo, I love Gold Link. Yeah.
Gold Link
What was that
is,
like?
one of the best dudes. Sorry, I was laughing really hard at that. Said mega penis.
Wait, we gotta do. Wait, hold on. Okay, never mind.
Oh God, I heard that through your headphones.
Yeah,
Over
they're pretty
your
loud right now.
Headphones on.
Exactly.
Working with Gold Link was amazing. I played trumpet on Dark Skinned Woman, wrote those horn parts.
Awesome.
Did that with Louis Lastic. Shout out Louis Lastic, great producer. Kind of Gold Link's right-hand man. And we MD'd his like the first time he did like a live band, like, did some festivals and stuff. Like we kind of musical directed for a little bit.
Dope.
Kind of hopped in as his arranging songs or like playing his songs with Brasstracks twist. With like I was
Sick.
playing keys and trumpet, and Connor was playing live drums over everything, and DJ Kid Marvel was DJing, but he had that stems program, so he was taking out the drums, or at least keeping them in around like 30% or something. When we do our sets, we do completely no drums, but we understood the compromise between having to have some drums in the tracks.
Right.
So he had like a stems program where he would take out some of the keys and take out some of the drums, and Connor would play, and I would play keys and like replace the parts, and it was really fun. We did one of the Central Park Summer Stage events, and, which is like super New York thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm born and raised in New York, so anytime I get a chance to do something super New York, I'm stoked.
You did that one. You did that in 2017, or was that before?
2016.
Okay.
Nice.
I went to the one last year. That was the one where Green Day. It was like Green Day, Stevie, like that was crazy.
We didn't do like they have like several events. I don't think we did one of the biggest ones, but we did like it was a cool stage. It was like at that Shell. Was it the Shell Dome thing? It wasn't. It was a really cool big stage with like a fake grass area that you could sit on, and all these booths everywhere.
Nice.
Very like Central Park, New York thing to do. It was very, very cool. And I think it's free. I might be wrong. But it might be free.
Got it.
We did that with him. We did Bonnaroo with him.
Nice.
And we did Irving Plaza with him. A couple other cool shows.
Amazing.
That was all a great experience. That dude is open to a lot, and we're saying that as two producers that are mainly musicians that try to do live, like push live instruments on rappers all the time, and they're like, nah, keep that shit away from me. Like, you know, there's something about live drums and live keys and shit, and like live anything that I think that rappers stereotypically are scared of.
And I see that. I see that.
I mean, I would say today's typical rapper,
Today's
definitely,
typical rapper. I mean, like we tried to put live drums on No Problem, and Chance was not having it. I mean, we've tried to do that with tons of records. And they weren't having it. We have 28 versions of No Problem. One version is with like live drums and like a live organist, and like the choir is way bigger, and it's fucking awesome.
They stripped it down.
And you're just like, nah, that's not it.
Yeah.
Now we understand. We get it.
Right.
We're much more attuned to producing now, but when we got that record, like we were much more attuned to being musicians.
Right.
We're trying to make it like the hottest musician-y record that we possibly can.
Right.
There's a big difference.
So what's the Brasstracks music like? Is it very much that? Is it like more about you guys? What kind of describe the sound of, you know, what you guys are going for?
Well, like Ivan said, there's always live drums, and there's always I think most of our tracks on this upcoming project have your horns on them too.
Everything has horns.
Yeah. That's not always the case when we're producing for other people, for other artists. So this one is very, like you said, it's like more about us, more about whatever direction we're feeling at that time.
Yep.
And it's always changing and evolving. So
we get to put in like themes and projects and stuff.
I think that's really cool what you guys do, because you're not just like producers that are trying to like place records. You're not like only trying to produce for other people. You guys are a group. You're touring. You guys can make a living and make money on, you know, doing shows and stuff like that. I'm sure you guys have like merch, right? Stuff like that. So the whole nine. And so you guys are artists. Yeah, you guys are artists, man. You know, so like when you kind of approach it that way, where you have your own music, and then you're not relying on other artists to like push you forward. How do you guys balance that? Like, are you guys sort of like going out of your way to also produce for other people, or do you let that happen more like organically, where it's like, oh hey, let's link up and fuck around and do a song?
I think it happens. I think it happens whenever. I mean, we're constantly needing an outlet for something different than. I mean, I'm trying to think of a way to put this. There's different outlets for different things musically. So like I think it goes kind of naturally for whatever outlet we're looking for at that time. Like we were just talking at the end of the end of the year for New Year's, we're talking like, man, we got like let's get up with some people and produce some records. And that was just a conversation that we had. And it kind of goes. It goes in and out, which is a great thing to have both outlets.
We weren't in that mode 3 months prior to that conversation.
Right. So you're kind of going like gut feeling a little bit. Like,
it's like,
let's fuck around and do this for a few months, and then.
I think our artist project comes first. Like that's why we got into this. Like we're not making music for anybody else but ourselves.
Yeah.
We like music.
The cool thing about that. Sorry, I know you can. The cool thing about that is that like whatever music you guys compose, you can literally just like just let it happen kind of organically. Like you can work on like if you get in the studio with like Gold Link or something, and you mess around on an idea and like he doesn't use it or doesn't like it, but you guys fuck with it, you can use that for your own shit and vice versa.
All the time.
That's
all the time.
That's amazing. Go ahead,
It's
what were you
awesome.
saying?
Were you guys when you guys won the Grammy? Were you guys signed at all? Or you guys were completely just independent, right?
Yeah.
Still independent.
Yeah.
So-
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah.
That's
you-
freaking what a story, man. That
Yeah.
is. Like we were talking, before you guys got here, we were talking about how like you can win a Grammy. People think to win a Grammy, you got to be signed by a major. You got to. It's like no, you could win a Grammy and be completely like not signed to anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
that's
coming
a
up.
loaded. That's a loaded topic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a producer, sure. As an artist, it's sheesh. It's tough.
It's tough.
Shout out Chance.
Shout to
Yeah.
Chance.
Figuring out how to do that shit as
Right.
an independent
Yep.
artist.
On that type of
Yep.
scale.
Yeah, I feel like
Well, actually, I was talking more about like the producer.
Yeah, that's what I
You know,
agree,
like-
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
As a
like you said,
producer,
that is a
yes.
loaded thing because.
As an
you know,
artist, no.
right.
As a producer, absolutely.
Correct, yeah,
Like
yeah,
you can
yeah.
produce a record for somebody. I mean, like Chris McClenny was just at the fucking
Yep.
Grammys for Khalid.
That's right.
He's independent.
He's
Right.
independent.
Who, Khalid or the Chris?
Chris.
McClenny.
Yeah.
He's independent. He's his own artist. He sings, plays piano, produces for other people. This is like a new version of the producer that we're seeing in 2018 come out like
Yeah.
way more frequently.
Yep.
That's
Exactly. Yeah.
So awesome.
It's amazing. So what's next for you guys, man? You guys mentioned that there's a project that you're working on, so tell us about
It
that.
was the second half of our project. So we dropped the first half. We had a lot of music. It wasn't.
Oh,
really,
the hard drives are probably so lit.
we did not want to release it all as an album.
Yeah.
Don't feel like it's time for
Right.
an album for us, but we wanted to make a cool statement. And so we put it under the same umbrella in two parts, so we could release as much music as we possibly could and put them into two different feeling projects. The first one was like very like getting back to our roots and the sound that we missed. I think a good way of putting it is the first project is like very much for us, and the
Right.
second half of the project is very much for our fans. And doing a mixture of the stuff that we missed and the stuff that we've been doing all along that has kind of like helped us mold our sound. But yeah, it's getting a lot. It's a lot of New York City pride.
Nice.
It's called For Those Who Know Part 2.
Nice.
One is already out. Yeah, it's coming out in April.
Love
right
it.
after our headline tour. I mean, in the midst of our headline tour, and our headline tour starts March 16th at Bowery Ballroom.
Amazing. You guys need to pull up.
Oh, make sure you're there, people.
March.
Pull
March.
up. Don't
Wait,
be
March.
shy.
March 16th at Bowery. Got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
We have Sinatra. Oh wait, when does this come out?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time does this come out?
It's like around noon.
noon.
Yeah.
Tight. So we have Sinatra opening for us for the entirety of the tour. So
Amazing.
It gets announced,
Tomorrow.
so I
Okay.
can say it now.
Perfect.
If
Okay,
this comes
cool.
out tomorrow. Okay.
Cool.
And if people want to get tickets or anything, where do they find you guys? I mean, I know where, but just let them know.
You can go to brasstracks.co, not C-O-M.
Yeah.
There's some jerk with
Yeah.
that. Someone.
Really?
This is the next thing, Michael Blassington.
I was gonna say
fucking-
it's probably
it's
Michael
him.
Brassington.
It's Michael.
motherfucker.
It's Michael.
It's
He
him.
was like,
It's him.
y'all can have the Twitter and watch this.
.com, baby.
Brasstracks.co.co.
Got it.
You can find all of the tickets
.gov.
there. You can find our merch there, our music there, and stuff.
Amazing.
.org.
Sweet.
Brasstracks.co. Any tracks with anyone that you can mention?
Who can we? We can mention familiar faces. Robert Glasper is back on the project.
Nice. Love that
Sinatra's
guy.
back on the project.
Nice.
We have a track with Third Story on the project. If you guys don't know Third Story, they're amazing. They just dropped something today, actually. And
Are they a
their
group?
album's coming out
They're a
in
group?
March. Yeah, they're on Verve. Ridiculous three singers, three male singers. They're also Chance's singers.
Oh.
Sick.
They have their band is absolutely insane, and we're really excited for our song with them. We have some things we're working on with like Pell. We have some things we're working on with Xavier Omar, and
Dope.
a lot of cool artists that we're like just really excited to make music with.
Yeah. I'd love to hear you guys do something with Sir.
We have tracks to say.
Oh, you do?
We
Oh
do.
shit,
He's
you are.
another- he's
Are you
another
on
guy.
that album that dropped?
No,
Okay, we got some stuff.
Sir is awesome.
Yeah,
Sir's
love
awesome.
Sir. I love Sir and Daniel Caesar. I'd love to hear.
Yeah, Daniel dope.
Just-
Yeah.
You know, all the guys
All
that are
at
like
us,
really.
we've been trying. I've been
Listen.
telling our manager like, yo,
If you know Daniel Caesar, man,
Right.
or Dan, if you're listening, please get with Brasstracks.
Add him.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite album that came out last year,
So good,
without a doubt.
so
Hands
good,
down. For
so
when
good.
I between that and the Mr. Jukes album that came out last year, that was easy for me.
Right. So before we end the interview, again, like I said, a lot of our listeners are aspiring producers, some artists, definitely some musicians too. Seeing that you guys have a deep musical background, you know, what's one piece of advice you can give to the aspiring musician to kind of just, you know, get their foot in the door, or really just kind of explore their options and try to grow as a musician? What's you guys' advice for this person?
Yeah. Ivan and I pretty much have the same two things that we come back to. Is put in the hours of work at your craft and be as nice as you possibly can to people.
I love that. Wait. I say that shit a lot, and it
true.
works.
So
I mean,
true.
yeah,
It's true.
Ivan and I talk about that all the time, because like,
You'll see someone that you did not know you were gonna see.
Yep.
Be nice to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Be nice to everybody. Everybody comes back
Yeah.
around.
We talk
Everybody
about
has
that.
something amazing to offer, and you should find out what that thing is.
Exactly.
I
And
love
also
that.
too, it's like, why wouldn't you want to live life, you know, just like putting that energy out?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you? You know, it's like life is just better that way. And low key, not even low key, high key, it's an amazing, like, if you want to look at it in terms of business, like, it's an amazing business strategy
Yeah.
to just be
Right.
nice.
And it feels good.
And it feels good.
You wake up
dude,
happy.
Yeah.
yeah,
it's a no-brainer.
You spent all day yesterday being nice.
Yeah.
You smile at people.
Doesn't take that much energy. It takes a lot of energy
To be mean.
sad.
It takes twice as
and
much
to
as
be mean.
energy.
Takes
Twice
a
as
lot
much.
of
Takes a
energy.
lot of energy to be a dick.
That's a fact.
Dick.
And you got to watch your back
Aside
all the
from-
Be a
time.
what is it? A
micro-
Blapper
mega.
crap.
That'd be a micro penis.
A mega penis.
Or mega
Another
penis.
one though, really
Mega.
quick,
Yeah.
that I also have been thinking about lately is, if you're at that stage of beginning and aspiring to get somewhere, is this worked out for me, is say yes to everything so that you can say no later.
Hey,
I
that's
love that.
fire. That's fire. Wait. I need a better
Learn from
sound.
Connor.
That's the bomb.
Connor dropping the
I wish you
gems.
guys did have headphones so you could hear
Connor
everything.
dropping
that's
the
going on.
gems.
Can you guys hear him?
We can hear every time we hear that.
There's a lot of chaos going on. Yeah, it's
listen.
Yo, I wonder who owns the publishing to that sound effect.
that,
Like,
right?
someone played that.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that
someone
horn.
played that. That's some live porn.
Or,
I'm super
oh,
curious.
yeah, you're right.
Wow.
I'm
Listen,
curious too.
Probably Michael Brassington.
Hey, this guy's going to
Well,
be
in that
famous.
case, Brassington.
Whoever you are, you're about to be lit.
You're about to be lit.
Again, like-
Listen.
All right, guys, this is Blap or Crap. You guys
BLAPCHAT.
ready for this? We got Brasstracks joining us on the Blap or Crap edition. So this is what we're going to do, guys. This is our segment where we load up our website. It's called beatthread.com. BEATTHREAD. It's a free website you can join up for music creators. You just sign up for it, create a profile, and you can upload your tracks just like SoundCloud, and then you can receive critiques from other users. So there's like a fire emoji if they like it, and then there's a thumbs down emoji, and then there's a little like meh emoji. So you get rated on your tracks,
should
everything
also
from
be
drums
a-
to melody to mix to arrangement, and then the highest rated tracks float to the top, kind of like Reddit. So it's a really cool website to receive feedback. So we're going to go to beatthread.com. We're going to choose these beats at random, and we're going to play a snippet. And if we like the track, we're going to give it a blap. And if we don't, we're going to give you a crap. And we're going to try to give you a little bit of constructive criticism, mostly destructive though, right, Atlas?
I'm a nice guy, like I said earlier on the episode. I'm a nice guy.
No, Ski Beats is worse than you.
Yeah, he
I
is.
Officially-
love Ski.
No,
Ski
Ski
is
did not
officially
give
more
a
bad
crap.
bigger hater.
Yeah, he
He
called
came
you
at me
out.
too.
He
I was
did.
like, Ski, I really
He was like, yo,
this.
you ain't shit. No, I'm kidding. No.
I was like, Ski, thank you for that. That was amazing.
Yeah, he was harsh.
I loved it. Well, no, we had literally the same thought. He was like, you and I think the same. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Shout
Yeah.
out to Ski Beats.
No, he was awesome.
Here we go. So our first submission is by Beats by Fate. That's his name.
These are going to be fire today,
Beats by
guys.
Fate.
You ready?
All right, here we go.
You're affirming my
Beats by Fate. Yep.
Oh, that's this.
This shit hard.
Yeah, we let it play. We let the whole thing play. We let the whole thing play.
That shit was hard as
Beats by
fuck.
That shit
Fate.
was hard as fuck.
Yo, that's a blap.
Wow, you're
It's
I'm
a
blapping.
blapping
blap.
that. What's the plug?
I would say that
Yo, that might
changed.
be, yo, that might be the hardest
If we talk
track.
over people, if we talk over each other, then yeah, it's hot.
Yeah.
Yo, it might be the hardest track I think we've played for a submission, in my opinion.
Really?
This year. Anyway, I'm
year.
blapping that. I'm blapping
Right,
that.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
Alice
Stop
gave
while
it a
you're at-
blap.
I'll blap it.
Glam, blap. Perfection?
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna blap it.
The mix, I'm not a huge
Not crazy
fan
about
of, but,
Yeah, but it would go to a mixing
I
engineer
won't
eventually.
hate.
Right.
I'll
If
blap
that shit
that.
got placed. That would go
She's
to a
gonna
mixing
blap
engineer.
that
Blap.
shit. What about
Anonymous.
y'all? It's a blap or crap?
It's a blap.
It's
Blap
a
for you
blap.
guys?
It's a
Wow.
blap.
All right. Blap. Here we go.
That's
Fucking
crazy.
graduate
As
us.
much-
We all unanimously
Blap
blap,
tracks.
which never happens.
That
And then
doesn't happen.
Brasstracks also blapped it?
Right.
Yeah, that's
This is
very
When,
rare.
those
legendary.
when the bells came in, I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
what's that?
Same.
I didn't
I didn't
know.
know.
And he added like some like reverb automation at the
I
very
like
beginning
that.
of it to like make
That's
it,
what I
like,
say.
didn't know
What
was
made it
happening.
blappable? That's what made me blap
Yeah.
it.
No, I can hear like if you play you could play that in session for somebody, they'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
let me hop in the booth right now.
Yeah,
Right.
facts.
Yeah.
Easy. No
I might be
problem.
ready to go.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Our next. That was good. All right.
Who was that? Who was
Yeah.
that? Who was that again?
That was
guys remember the name?
Beats by Fate.
Keep on
Beats
going,
by
bro.
Fate.
Beats by
Fate
Fate.
it was.
F-A-T-E?
F-A-T-E.
Yo,
Nice.
good for you, man. Beats by Fate.
Congratulate
man.
us.
Congratulations.
Uh-oh.
All right, we're skipping that. All right, our
All
next
right.
submission is by No Option. Here we go. Oh, and this is labeled Anderson Pack type beat.
All right, y'all.
Okay.
All right.
All right, that was No Option. Cruise,
Well,
Anderson
I
Paak
have
type
an
beat.
option.
Glam, start it off.
No.
I'll start it.
That's what I. No, no,
okay, I was
crap.
ready.
It's a crap
All right, why?
for me.
Why?
Well, it's just like everything was kind of like there. Like I didn't mind the swing. I'm not too like a fan of like anything too swingy.
Yeah. I know you're not really. A big fan of
It
swing.
has to like really fit a
You
certain
like
element.
anything swingy?
I do, but it has to like be a certain. You know what I'm saying?
Not like a
You
sloppy
fuck
swing.
with Jay Dilla though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm like. Let me rephrase that. Like
Yeah,
I
there we
don't
go.
like too. I like it's specific, but in this like for this particular song, I just
Didn't
felt
work.
like obviously it was like a groove, but it was something about it that like I don't know. It just didn't make me feel. Maybe I don't know. It just didn't make me
Just felt
feel.
weird.
It felt weird.
Awkward.
And then when that like wordalizer like thing came
Yeah.
in, it was just like
Little warrant.
It made me
Did you
feel
just call
strange.
a Wurlitzer a wordalizer?
Wordalizer. That's what it made me
Wordalizer.
feel. Yeah, that's what it made me feel.
I used to call it a wordalizer. too.
When I see it and I'm scrolling it for shit, I just wordalizer. Like,
Wordalizer.
word.
What'd you think, At?
Oh, that's a crap for me. But I will say this: the first half of it, though, like I was like, okay, got potential,
Oh God.
has
here we go.
potential. Yeah, when that like you said that like synth came in there, where I was like, all right, nah, this is OD. And the mix needed help. The mix needed help. I wanted the drums to
like a
knock a
cat,
little
like
bit
it's
more.
Yeah.
The drums needed to knock. They were kind of soft and faint in the back.
Yeah.
Like, let me hear that kick. Let me hear that bass. Let me feel it in my chest.
I
You wanna feel it in
understand
your
why
chest.
he labeled it Anderson Paak
Yep.
type beat. Do I think Anderson Paak would
Take it.
said type beat?
Right. No.
Probably
That's
not.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest issue. What's the guy's name? No option.
Yeah. No,
No
option.
option.
Yeah.
I think that you might want to practice.
Another option. Ah! Just kidding.
sheesh.
Just kidding.
No, I think he might want to. He needs. I hear what he's going for. He needs to practice his harmony chops because
Yeah.
the chords that he was playing, I don't think that he would be able to tell us what those chords are. The bass line didn't follow the chords.
Yeah.
Yes,
And there are a
thank
bunch
you.
of rubs that end up happening, like there are like a bunch of
Yeah.
like half step rubs. Maybe I'm wrong, and he intended for that harmony to be like
Right.
weirdly counterpuntal and shit. But like
Yeah.
something tells me that he didn't. The bass was like really all over the place.
It
And he
was.
could really make it like more like anchor, like 4-bar loop, like 8-bar loop kind of
Yeah.
vibe, and like that's
Right.
the kind of beat that you're supposed to be like chilling, like
Yep.
Right.
open highway,
Yeah.
top down, like.
Mm.
But it was. The bass made it a little too much for me. It was a little slappy.
Yeah.
A little slap happy, shall we say?
Yeah, it was.
You know?
It was.
No
You
slap
wanna
bass. That's all. That was
Slap happy.
my only.
Connor, what do
Yeah.
you think, Connor?
bass.
Yeah.
No slap bass.
Yeah,
No Seinfeld.
It's a crap, but you could turn it into a blap if you spent a little time doing a little bit of studying piano chords
Yep.
and like check out some like cool 70s Earth, Wind and Fire harmony
Yes.
shit like that, because that's what you're going for. And it sounds like you don't have much of a knowledge of the history of the music. And
Yeah.
if you're gonna make an Anderson Paak type beat, you gotta understand that man knows the history of the music. He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
drummer like crazy. He plays other instruments. He won't take that.
Exactly. I like the idea of the Wurlitzer. It just wasn't
Wordalizer.
the wordalizer. It just wasn't good. Yeah, I agree. You guys said it all. Perfection. What did you think?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna crap that. In the beginning, I
had a-
like I understood where he was going as far as like the Anderson Paak type beat, kind of like what you said. But the execution was a little off.
Yeah.
I don't know. It has like a decent vibe. Like it's something I like. It makes me like want to take a bubble bath and just like
True.
sit back and
Just chilling.
Yes.
chill.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Rose petals.
Yeah, like just something like it just makes me
Salts.
want to
A
like
big
live.
fan, like leaf fan, just someone
Yeah, just
fanning you
ukulele.
Yeah, it
down.
just makes me want to.
Be a
Yeah.
classy
You know what I
beat.
Yeah.
It could be a classy type
Yeah.
beat. Like, you could get it there. You could
Yeah.
Yeah.
finesse
Yeah.
it somewhere.
But I think he
Yeah.
needs to execute it better, and I don't know, it was just something about it that kind of just bored me a little bit after a while.
Yeah,
So.
I would agree.
It could be aged wine from Italy with the finest of grape, or it could be yellowtail.
Yeah.
Or
or
some
wine
Welch's grape.
product from the bodega.
Or the bodega, even a step
twist-
down
the
from
twist cap.
yellowtail.
You know when
what
you
I'm
get the
talking about.
wine,
It's
you
not
gotta-
wine,
I'm talking about
it's
the mini
wine
ones.
product.
Yeah,
The mini
You're
ones.
like,
The
hey,
mini
wait a
ones,
minute.
or
You just
the-
down 'em.
Yeah, or the ones that are like they're kind of like 24 ounces.
Yeah. Or a four. That's a Four Loko right there. All right.
I'll take it for.
I'll take four less shit. All right. Next up is produced by Young Fly. Okay. Here we go. intro too long.
Yo, today's our lucky day, man.
That's what I was just thinking.
Today is the brightest day in BLAPCHAT history, man.
What'd you think, huh?
I loved it. I'm fucking blapping that
shit. Blap,
Yo,
huh?
dead ass.
Yeah.
Yo, normally it's 90% craps.
Wow.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Wait.
We were even telling Brasstracks, they were, when we're telling them, we're like, bear with us. Today, fire. I think you guys are bringing like these positive vibes to BLAPCHAT.
So yeah, that was really
That's
good.
what I think.
That was like, that beat was inspired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are parts. I feel like this is something that I'll go ahead and blap it. Sure.
Yeah.
It's not as hard as the first beat to me. But I will. There's a lot going on. I'll say sheesh, have fun clearing that sample. I don't know.
That sample.
But it's like, but have fun. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you might want to consider, and we do this all day. Go get someone to replay the sample. I mean, like, you could still give the pub away, but keep your master, because you're not gonna want to do that. Like, at the end of the day, like, producers, go get somebody else to play your samples, because you don't want to give your master. You don't want to master to anybody, more pub to anybody. Just don't do that. Yeah. So I recommend doing that, and this sounds like a pretty easy one to do if you have a trumpet player friend and a drummer friend that can play around on some instruments. But
you can pay 100 racks to Brasstracks and they can do it.
Yeah, we got you. We got you. 100 G's, baby. How did you know our going rate?
I had a feeling.
That's crazy.
I had a feeling.
But this is a pet peeve thing. The sample and the bass are out of tune with each other.
Yep.
And it is really hard for me to listen to. It's so close to being there, and the production is hot, but like either I think
that
the sample
808
is flat or the bass is sharp.
Right.
But like bringing up the sample 15, like I don't know if you're in Ableton. If you are, warp it, throw it on complex, and bring it up 15 cents. If you're in anything else, I don't know what to do. But it's really good.
Yeah,
decent.
It's really good.
I'm with you. I love the rolling 808. I think if they EQ'd the sample a little bit and really just like tuned it a little bit,
it's a little tinny.
It is
compared to the drums.
The drums were sick though.
Drums were sick.
The arrangements were sick. I do think that when the drums come out and it's just like that sample loop, I think they can cut that in half though. I think you should cut that in half. It's a little long.
You were right. That intro
was long.
Too long.
Yeah.
Like it would be really cool to have it be a short intro on that one, because like I didn't know it was gonna.
I didn't know it was gonna go.
It came with like 2 kicks right in the front, and I was like, oh shit, that's really cool.
Different.
Yeah.
Inspired.
I think if you I think if you get someone to replay, and get some live horns on there, like this track could be huge because the sample's like buried in there. So if you have like other live elements that just bring it out, like that should be crazy.
Yeah.
It's a blap though.
Yeah.
It's
It's definitely there. What up, guys? What up?
I would.
Guys?
I would blap it. Yeah, obviously. I like sampling, so I'm happy that.
sorry. Go ahead.
It was just like,
sorry.
All right.
Getting dramatic.
I like that because we do have a lot of people who submit really different tracks, so I wasn't expecting that sample flip to really be what it was. So I really liked that. I was surprised. I liked all the elements. It's really technical what you said about the pitches.
Yeah.
I guess maybe because I'm like a like samples dirty and stuff, like I was just like, oh, this shit's just hot. But that is also something on the technical side that he
super
should be.
specific to
Yeah,
you don't
it should.
necessarily have to. Some people,
But
won't
you
catch
should, you know,
Yeah.
it definitely should be something that people are more mindful of and to think about, because I definitely don't think
Exactly.
about that. So
Exactly.
that's why I was like,
should-
I want to.
It would make
Yeah.
it would. You might not think about it, but it would actually say. I think it would sound better to a listener's ear,
Yeah.
whether they know
Yep.
it or not, because there's like a little bit of a rub that like. It's that kind of shit where you're trying to mix something and you're like, I can't figure out what the fuck,
Why?
what's wrong with this mix, and then you find it and you fix it and you're like, oh, that's what it was.
So much better.
Yeah.
Everything sounds better. Things being out of tune with themselves that creates a phase in your mix that creates
Yeah.
like muddiness. So that would
Mm-hmm.
this mix
And then you
pretty-
get that little bass wobble because it's like
Yeah.
the frequencies are
Yeah, so listen up,
clashing.
y'all.
It'll make
Weird.
it super clean.
What about you,
Definitely.
Perfection?
I'm feeling a little indifferent on this one. I am.
If you're on the fence, though.
I'm a
Alright,
crap
sounds
baby.
It's still
Crap.
stuck in my head though.
Crap.
Just
Yeah.
because
like that, like I want to hear it again, and I never want to hear.
It's the sample,
BLAPCHAT.
man. That sample.
It's like nice and
Fix
fat and
that-
juicy.
it was cool.
Fix that sample up,
And
though.
it definitely had
drums
like
was fat.
it had me like bopping. I love the kick pattern, like the movement of it was
Yeah.
dope. But you know, kind of like what you were saying, it was just something about the pitch of the sample and like the 808 and like the kicks that just didn't mix well with me. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, like the drums and the sample were just
Yeah, it
I
was
don't know,
weird.
they just I don't know.
They clashed.
Yeah, like
clash.
it was a dope concept, and I
Yeah.
like the sample and I like the kicks, but them together, I think I like you said, it's like about the pitch and kind of like the mix a little.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that like immediately. That was one of the things that kind of like when I first heard it, it made me like, okay, this is dope, but that's kind of off to me.
Yeah.
So for that, I'll crap it, but it's a dope vibe. It's cool. I think he could touch it up a little bit, and it'll definitely be something. It's not a bad beat, but that's the only thing that kind of turned me off about it.
There it is. Facts. All right, our last submission for today is by Tony Mitchell.
I know it's only.
Oh,
No,
wait.
play it. Play
Wait,
him.
I think we did this one.
No, you did. You probably didn't.
Okay.
Oh
Tony
wait,
Mitchell.
you know what?
We did.
We did.
We did.
We did.
Take it off.
Damn.
All right, we're gonna skip that. Sorry, Tony. All right.
Sorry, Tony.
This next submission is by Ruminari. Okay, Ruminari. Here we go.
Let's go.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't even.
Weird. All right, cut it. All right.
That snare was whack as fuck.
I was waiting for
I'm giving the cut it now.
I'm so mad at whatever that was.
Make it crap.
That's a crap?
All right, I'm
snare
gonna start
was
that
whack
off.
as
Yeah,
fuck.
yo, that was
Yeah.
that was a crap, man. That was a crap, man. That was a crap. That was a crap.
Well, excuse me, princess.
This line was like popping popcorn. It was so random.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
And it was
intriguing
kind of
though. At first it was intriguing.
Yeah.
I was like, man, how's this gonna come in? I will say this though, like I like some of the drum shit. Like
Yeah.
the drum
The
programming
808
was
I
cool,
was fucking
but
with.
yeah, but like it just didn't
the
like
snare.
it was weird.
If that snare ain't crispy, then
Yeah,
you
that
missed
snare was
me.
whack as fuck.
That
snare
fuck, it has to
was
like leave you
There's whack as fuck.
I think the only thing I did like about it was like the 808, the kick, and the hi-hats.
Everything at the bottom.
Everything else was just kind of didn't make sense to me.
We like to call that kind of snare a whisper snare. It's a whisper.
Yeah. I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't get that kind of snare. It's like so.
It was one of these.
Yeah, it's like everything in the
low
beat
end
is so
crazy,
big, and then you got
like your 2 and 4.
And then just that little BLAPCHAT. But it's just so interesting to like, and then the bass programming was like, just that melody wasn't like, didn't really say anything.
Yeah. Make your bass notes longer, my guy.
Yeah, exactly. Any other comments?
No, that's it. No,
that's it.
I mean, I don't have to. Mr. Craft.
That was it.
Everybody already said everything.
That was it. Well, that was decent, man. We had a couple blaps in the beginning, so that was cool.
Yeah, we did.
But listen, guys, if you want to submit for this segment, just go to beatthread.com, sign up. It's free. Upload your tracks, and make sure you hashtag blap or crap when you upload your beat, and we will choose you at random, hopefully, in another episode. So Brasstracks, man, thank you guys for joining.
Thanks for having
Blap or crap and having us, man.
Really
Looking forward to the music, the tour, all that good stuff, man. You guys are really amazing at what you do. So let's clap it up for Brasstracks. Episode 23, BLAPCHAT.
23?
No, did I say 23?
63.
63, baby.
63 episodes.
We here. All right, we out of here. Peace.
Later.